DJ Tygga Ty in the mix.
CSI.
Yes, as in just C, you know. I'm very into spirituality, so my full name is Sierra, and it's spelled CSIARA. So when people say C, you know, it's my nickname. And I just kind of have it spelled as the beginning of my name.
Okay. So tell me a little bit more about like what it is that you do and how did you kind of meet for Bad Batman Ent? Because I've seen inside your bio it says like life coach, and I was looking at some of your postings and I was like, okay, I got a couple questions that I'm gonna dig in and then see if we can get
a little different. Yeah, so I am really big into poly. I have been in this lifestyle for a few years. And with my Instagram page, it just kind of blew up last year. Within a few months, I just gained hella followers. And, you know, trying to get music that's played for the type of relationship style that I want. You don't see that very often. So he ended up reaching out and we've decided to kind of work together. I think it's going to be great. And then just on a music side, just having that ability to give people a different perspective on what a relationship could be. I feel like the music nowadays it's either or. It's been the same forever. And I'm here to just shake some shit up, you know? So yeah.
Okay. So talk a little for people that may not know what poly means. What does that actually mean? And like,
yeah, so
you know, layman's terms.
A poly relationship is basically having the ability to date more than one person at the same time with the knowledge that everybody is understanding and communicates how they feel about it. I've been in monogamous relationships before and it just is not something that I'm interested in. So when I decided to become polyamorous or polygamous, however you would decide to say, it just brought a lot more to the table than I feel like, you know, a monogamous. Now I'm not stepping on nobody's toes. If you know, if that's your lifestyle and that's your preference, you know, by all means. But I do believe that, you know, we can come together and build a tribe with more than just two people. I've seen it done. I've been in the situation where it has been done. So poly is basically just a rundown, an umbrella, if you will, of different terminologies in the poly community.
Okay. Now, when it comes down to the music, because you said that you want to kind of base it towards that type of demographic, are you talking about like content wise? Are you talking wise? Are you talking about like music video wise? Like what aspect are you talking about with that?
Everything. You know, right now I have the IG, I go to events, I host events, I do healing retreats. So all that kind of stems off of this poly lifestyle. So what I would want to give off the knowledge for the entertainment industry, I want them to be able to see it. I want them to be able to hear it. I want them to be able to understand that having threesomes and that type of lifestyle in the entertainment industry is completely different than what I'm trying to bring to mainstream. And hoping that it really, you know, something really happens. I think it's a great idea. I haven't seen anybody to come out, you know, we just started getting women that are comfortable enough to talk about their bisexuality in music videos and in songs. So being able to kind of branch off and let others know that it's okay if you want both and have a love song that is for a man and a woman at the same time, I think that would be dope.
Okay. So what would you say on the challenging side of things when it comes down to this do you face? Like, is it more so like backlash on social media? Is it more so like having like roadblocks when it comes down to writing lyrics to some of the songs or even like creating the content? Like, what do you think your challenges are currently?
My challenges are currently, I really don't have, I'm not saying I don't have any challenges, obviously, but I'm very well loved on social media, which is, it's different because growing up for me, I didn't grow up in a loving environment, right? So now that I'm older and I'm completely myself, I'm not pretending to be anybody else, and people are really genuinely liking who I am. You know, I'm grateful, to be honest. The things that I feel like is challenging are, you know, putting these songs together, trying to make sure that I'm not hurting anybody or upsetting other people that may look at this as a, you know, taboo, if you will. So I think my main thing is having the ability to get what I have in my brain out on paper and into people's ears, and it not come off as snooty or rude or ignorant, you know, because that's just how the entertainment industry is. They base their music off of rah rah, and I'm over here like zen, you know.
Got it. So who are some artists that are currently in the industry that is on your playlist on an everyday basis that may even inspire you to make music on this type of targeting atmosphere?
Summer Walker, I love SCA. Ariel, I love her music. My playlist is very just organic, I want to say. I don't really listen to hardcore rap or anything like that, but it's definitely women just empowering other women. Janae Akio, I fucking love her. There's just certain women that can make me understand their story within lyrics, right? That's the point. That's what you want to do. So for me, story is something that I feel many people go through, and having the ability to put it out there for people to feel and to understand. I think a lot of women are doing that in the industry. So I fucks with them all. You know, I have no complaints with any. Yeah, like
okay. So when you're at these shows, right? What's the atmosphere at some of these like events that you go to? Because I know sometimes people say that when you're at different type of events, you meet different people of different backgrounds, ethnicity, even like you said, stories, like you can relate to certain people. Like when you're at events, are you able to tell like, okay, this person has been through kind of what I've been through and they gravitate to my music or to me as a person? Or is it like you can see through the bullshit, like they're just here just to kind of get the experience of that side of things?
I can definitely see through the bullshit. And that took a long time to be able to get to that point, right? To be able to be like, all right, you're only here for personal gain. All right, you're only here because you want to be seen. You know what I'm saying? So finding genuine people, that's always been a plus for me. I can point you out right away, just from the first conversation to the first time you look at me, whether you look at me up and down with a stank face. Humbly, I say this, humbly, when I walk into a room, you know, the tension changes, the vibe changes. So I can look at people and I can see that they are either shifting, they're propping themselves up, they are looking at me or gawking at me, or you know, so that's going to happen regardless. Anywhere you go, it's just going to happen. I think putting up a block, understanding your flaws, getting yourself ready for anything that could come negatively, having that in your mind frame so that you can, all right, you already thought about this here, you don't even got to worry about it. I think that is probably the main thing. But yes, I read bullshit like crazy, to be honest with you. I do.
So my next question now is, when it comes down to giving, like I say, advice, right? Outside of them listening to your music, going to a show, let's say somebody notices you from like Instagram at like a coffee shop, and they come and they ask you this, like, hey, you know, I'm to come out to the world as poly, or I want to be a part of that community. what are the steps that a person should kind of take to get that information? Because like sometimes we tend to want the information, but we don't know exactly where to start. Like, I'm not saying I want to be a porn star right now, but like, let's say you want to get into the porn business. How do you decide? How do you start? Like, do you just kind of go in your room, have sex, somebody videotape it and put it on Pornhub? Like, how do you get the information for like the conventions and things like that? Because people, I don't know. Like, if I was like, you know what, I want to be poly, I wouldn't even know where am I supposed to go to Walmart and ask the cashier, hey, where's the next poly convention? And I'm not trying to sound disrespectful. I just want to know, like, how do these the information get out there to the people that actually need it? Because some people are actually in need of these things, and it's like, where do they start? Like, how can they start?
Excuse me. So for me, I always tell people to take their time, especially if you are in a relationship. Take your time, do your research, make sure you understand what type of poly that you're interested in, because there are many. So we got polyamory, polygamy, polyandry, and polygyny. So there's 4 amongst many. So I would say take your time, do your research, figure out which umbrella you are under, and then communication. Communicate with your partners, communicate with other people, network, get on IG, find me. There are couples and singles, obviously, that are really into this lifestyle. If you want, you can hit up, sex coaches. They are really big into helping couples and singles just gravitate. I think a lot of people think poly and they think sex, and it's completely not the case. So if you are looking into maximizing your sex life, go to a sex coach. Don't necessarily bring in another woman or anything like that, because that might be not exactly what you're looking for. But personally, I just took my time. I knew that this is what I wanted from the gate. Nobody had to transition me. I wasn't talked into it. This is something that I was like, this makes sense to me. The way I'm wired, it just makes sense. So take your time and do your homework. Make sure that whoever is going to be in your life, whether that's your children, because I have children, so making sure that they are understanding of the role as well. I don't want my children to ever think, oh, mom's just out here. No, mom has, she's got her shit together. She's not out here just looking for anybody. So that's what I would say. I hope that made sense. I'd be rambling sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd be rambling, but you'll get it. You get it.
Okay, so nah, I got it. So my next thing is kind of back off to your social media. I've seen a couple postings about Bonnie and sister. What does that mean?
That's a good question. So Bonnie is a word that I have created in the poly community, a definition of, if you will, that is something that just is really meaningful and powerful to me. So I have a really close friend. Her name is KK. I talk about her a lot on my IG page. And she's a Bonnie. So when I think of Bonnie and Clyde, right, I think a ride or die. I think, you have that relationship, that understanding that it is y'all against anything. So when I think about it, besides the killing and robbing banks and shit, I would want a Bonnie and Clyde for a husband and wife. I want somebody that is going to ride or die for me. So when I initially made up the word, I know it's not a made up word. There's a definition already for Bonnie. But when I put it into terms for the poly community, I was like, how can I make it so that all women can feel validated, heard, respected, and not neglected in the poly community? So I decided to make up this word, found a definition. The definition is basically a female friend that is not related by blood to you, that you have a bond that transcends time, space, energy, distance. It don't care about your sexual preferences, doesn't matter anything like that, but you're just here to grow, manifest, heal, and network. So the Bonnie movement it's real, it's cold out here, so I'm shivering, I'm sorry. It's real. We have a private group.
Oh, that's okay.
We have healing retreats and you know, girl trips. We have photo shoots. So the Bonnie movement is real. So the difference between the Bonnie and a sister wife is solely just the definition. A sister wife is women, 2 or more, that are in a relationship with a man, and they are platonic with each other and heterosexual all around. There's no mixing, mingling with the women, and that's usually based off of the husband's needs and wants. They take and tend to the husband. So that's the difference. I don't want to sit here and be like sister wives are not Bonnies, because that's not the case. A Bonnie is your morals and your character. And if you can bring things to the table that other women need, and vice versa. And it's all about networking. You know, if you're a businesswoman, if you are a Black business owner, anything like that, we network. We bring up, you know, we bring events together. We need vendors. We need this, we need that. So to bring a lot of women together in hopes to mold everyone to a healthy woman, that's the goal. That is the goal.
Okay. I got a whole enlightenment now. I need a Bonnie in my life. Like, just be like,
listen,
hey,
I need a couple,
like
to be
that.
honest with
I
you.
like that.
Good.
Okay, so I have another question, because I just want to piggyback off of what you said just now in regards to you said what was it, healing convention?
What, I'm sorry, what the Bonnie does, or the Bonnie movement?
Healing retreats. No, you say healing.
Yes.
You say healing retreats. There it is. So these retreats.
Yes.
What do they consist of? Like, are they damaged people? Are they just people that are a part of the poly community that are, you know, just fresh to and they want to network? Like, what are these retreats?
So the retreats are healing retreats. So they are women's healing retreats. We are, you know, there is a questionnaire, if you will, to make sure that you will fit the other women. I would hate for women to get together and it just does not, you know what I mean? They don't get along. Their character is completely different. So there is a questionnaire to be involved in the Bonnie movement. And what happens in the retreats is we heal, we grow, we cook together, we, you know, make Sunday dinners. There's people that come in from the outside, whether it be sex educators, healing retreat alchemists, other people that can bring in their yoga instructors that are able to come in and just help us, you know, in a different manner than we are used to getting help. And then just making sure that, you know, it is a healing retreat, if you will. So, you know, we do have psychedelics and or medical plants to enhance your healing and the things that you want to accomplish at your stay. The goal is for when you come to one of these events, you leave a completely different person, in a sense. You know what I mean? It's my job, because I'm bringing all these women together. I truly feel like it's my job, it's my duty to make sure that they are safe. And I wouldn't want, you know, whether that is sexual assaults or anything that might bring up tremors or trauma. I want to make sure that I stop that and I help you guys grow. That's all I want to
do. Okay. So when you say, like, what are they healing from? Are they healing from broken relationships? Are they healing, you know, maybe backlash from coming out about being a part of poly? Like, what are they healing from?
It could be anything. Childhood trauma, understanding, you know, relationships, whatever you feel like. Mine stemmed off of childhood trauma. You know what I mean? So being able to heal that little girl, and transcend into the woman that I am and will be. I think that's where mine lays. So whatever trauma that you feel is making it so that you cannot transcend into your higher self, your next power. We are here to fix that. I'm here to help you figure out what is blocking you from becoming the woman that you're supposed to be.
Okay. Now,
and this goes for men as well.
Question. Yeah, I was about to say that. So, like, Like, does it work for men? I was
Yes.
like, hold on, but women stuff. Does the okay. So is there a lot more women at these conventions versus the men, or like how does that work?
So we have all women retreats, and then we have all men. We do not do co-ed yet. I want to make sure that I give my time to one sex at a time. And for the male retreats, we have male alchemists, male healing people that are going to be there, so that I'm not the only woman. Just like I wouldn't want a male to be at a women's retreat, I would want the same for the fellas as well. They deserve to have men that are nurturing in a sense, that are able to help guide them in their way as well. So the Clydes, they got their own thing happening.
All right, got a whole order line. I'm gonna have to get some business cards now.
Listen, you better stop playing. Come on.
So Pittsburgh, is all this stuff happening where you at, or do you travel? Like, is it like international type of situation?
I travel a lot, from Pittsburgh to Philly to Atlanta, down to Texas, been to Florida a few times. So it's wherever people need me, or wherever we set up our healing retreats, usually somewhere warm. We wouldn't want to go anywhere cold, obviously. But making sure that, you know, wherever I go, I'm helping. So, you know, I do multiple things. I have multiple hats, and one of those hats, there's a UPS truck coming. One of those hats is a 360 photo booth service, right? I'm like, damn, all these damn people. So I own and run a 360 photo booth rental service. So with that, I travel a lot as well. So it's killing two birds with one stone, really.
Gotcha. And you stated that you have children, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have children. How many children do you have? Yeah, 3. Okay. Wait, how
11,
old are they?
9, and 8. So they're up there. I ain't gotta worry about shit, really, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. So how is it struggling to balance out the motherhood and then also your business life? How do you deal with that? As far as
that's a good question. As a single mother, you know, it is hard, but I do have, you know, other Bonnies that have children as well. So if there are times where we have to meet up for an event or whatever, our kids can come, and then some of the Bonnies will stay back and watch the kids while some of us go, you know, take care of business. It's hard, but it's not manageable. It's manageable, I should say. I'm not going to ever stop, because I know that this is how I am going to put food in their mouths, on the table, whatever you have to say. So I don't want to say that it's hard, because nothing's hard. If you manifest that everything's going to be good, everything's going to be good.
Okay. I like that. For other people that may watch this video, right? Where can they find you, social media wise, YouTube wise? And is there anything that you want to state that I have not touched on in this conversation?
Shout out to Rochester. Just throwing that out there. I need to give y'all some props up there. But no, you can find me on IG at 𝙏𝙮𝙜𝙜𝙜. I'm on OnlyFans as well. You can find us on YouTube. Just open that up. And of course on TikTok, I'm on there as well. But it's all under at 𝙏𝙮𝙜𝙜𝙜, just as it's spelled.
Okay. I got a question before you get off now. You give another question.
Hold on, let this truck move.
You ready?
Man. What is it?
You said a UPS truck? Oh, there you go. Okay, so you said OnlyFans. What exactly do you post on your OnlyFans? And like, is it very beneficial for you? Because I've seen some of the celebrities talk about they went to making millions off of OnlyFans. And it's kind of like, what do y'all be posting on there that making y'all so much money?
For me personally, I made the OnlyFans to help other people. So whether you're a couple or you're single and you want your content out there, but you don't want to make one, or you don't want anybody to know, you're always welcome to send it to me, and then I can put it on there. Of course, you get a percentage of whatever, whatever amount that you make. And then of course I get a little piece of that because it's on mine. So that is a part of my platform. Personally, what I post is usually just soft or medium stuff, usually me dancing. But I know that people, they sell farts in a jar. You know what I mean? They're making so much money off that. Now, I'm not doing that shit, but I'm just saying people are able, that's how probably they are making money.
Yes.
But for me, like I there's just certain things people have kinks, right? So you have to go wherever they want you to go, basically. So I have a lot of people that want to buy my used panties, wear them all day and go to work and blah, blah, blah. And then, for the right amount, I'm gonna send them Johns. I ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to hide. But yeah, my things are very soft. I don't have sex with anyone at the moment. So none of my content is based off of intercourse or anything like that. When it comes to OnlyFans, that's what you usually see. So I usually am like dancing with toys in or on, stuff like that. You have to come check it out.
Okay. Nah. I'll probably not. I think we should just be friends.
And be cool. I mean your guests.
Yeah, we're gonna be cool on a different type of relationship. But I like that. I thought about that a couple times, and I was like, isn't that like a form of pimping? If you kind of like taking somebody else's content and selling it.
If you get permission,
so I mean, content at?
Listen, you want me to Pimp C? I'm okay with being Pimp C, okay?
Yeah, Pimp C.
Listen, that might be my name. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, if people are comfortable enough to send you their content and they're like, you know what, Sierra, I'm giving this to you. Do with what you will. Just make sure, and then of course I give them 70-30 off of that,
Wow, you got it broken down to a science. 70-30. Okay. I like that. I like that. I thought you were about to say 80-20. You said 70-30.
No.
All right. Like I said, keep in touch. Anything you need from me, let's make it happen. And maybe I'll be able to come at one of these conventions and just get the experience. Yeah. But at the same time, I know who I am. So
I know that's right. Listen, I know that's right. But yes, this is C, and thank you, DJ Tygga Ty. You are dope.
I appreciate you. Now get in the house.
Right.
You said it was,
all right. Peace and love. Bye.
God bless.
DJ Tygga Ty in the mix.